Sophia, can we see your hat? Man, that's a nice hat you have there. Is that a nice hat? Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, time to start working on this big red piece of iron. One of the two Hestons in the yard that are disguised as internationals, but that's a story for another day. So we're gonna hook it up here. This isn't the proper way to hook it up, but it's the quick and easy way for now to get it up into the yard, because we've got some... Ooh, that's no good anymore. We got some other work to do on this thing. Holy shit. Yeah, I need both hands to turn that back in a second. She's fucking solid. Holy mackerel, was that ever solid. Have to take that apart and put some lubrication in it, but if you remember last year when we were cutting hay, we never finished because the neck here, see how that's bent? Someone before us had broke it off and they had braced it and welded it, but their bracing and welding was about as good as a blind man could have done with some dog shit that he smeared on it. So we fixed it up and it lasted the majority of the year, and then the last 5 acres we had left, it broke again, and it started raining and we never finished it, or never fixed it, so that's where it's at since then. So we are going to get it up to the shop and we're going to take the neck right off the machine so we can flip it upside down, and I'll show you why we're going to do that for ease of welding on it. But got that to do and a few other things, so we'll talk to you when we get up to the shop. Same with those god-awful yellow rims, those are going to get painted gray like they should be. You lifted it all? There we go. Okay, we got to put a seal kit in this corner, or one of the corners, because there's a master and a slave cylinder, and the one corner keeps dipping, so it's bypassing in one of them. You can see this corner going down, but that doesn't tell you anything. It could be either one bypassing, seeing as how they're a master and a slave like that. So we're gonna get her apart and see what's going on. Helps to push the right lever. So we got to take the cylinders out of there. That's all she's got. That's it. See, once it starts going down, it won't lift again either because the oil's gone past, so it's trying to... Everything's just all fucked if you know how hydraulics work, so... So what we're doing here is setting it on blocks and then letting the Haybine sit down and taking all of the pressure off, in the hopes that the springs are looser, because it doesn't want to loosen off at the threaded rod. By the looks of Antoine's confused face, we've changed absolutely nothing. Oh, so we've learned how to change the tire without a bottle jack though. Well, let's just see if the pin comes out now, I guess. This is going to turn into an adventure. I've already got the feeling. So the springs are definitely pulling on that, Antoine just stated, which is the shits. So we got to try and loosen this off to loosen the springs off. But because they put this Case IH name on it, painted it red, nothing wants to work right. So it won't loosen off. So now we got to go back to the drawing board and see what we do next. It's going to involve some hackery and some tomfoolery, I think, to get things to move the way we want them to. What was that? Oh, look at that. What's going to fly up and hit Antoine in the dink here when the pin comes out? Something's gonna move, so be ready. Looks like it's kind of coming up at an angle. Oh, not too bad actually. Fuck, that was nice. Now you just gotta get the top one out. That's the easy one at least. And then try and extract that through that hole. Fun and games, right? Yeah. People are gonna like this episode. You're gonna be in it the whole time. Right? I don't know, feel special. Alright, Antoine and I want to know, if there's any engineers watching this, why do you hate mechanics so much? So this pin, there's a pin in the top of the cylinder here. It's got to come out that way because of this, right? See, this side's nice and open. See the pin down here behind that? Try and hit that with a punch to get it out. What an idea if I've ever seen one. Just a marvel of engineering right there. So now we got to figure out how the flying blue blazes you get that punched out of there. Put it back in there. I need the shot, Tuan. Anyway, a little bit of lube and we got her out of there. Kind of a piss poor design, but managed to put the gooseneck in there and give her a pry, and it started moving, and then I worked it around with this a little bit, the pipe wrench, and got a little looser and started to slide, and Tuan kind of got a bit of an angle and gave her a couple smacks and pulled her out with my fingers. So once the penetrating oil got in, all was well. So I guess we'll go see what's wrong on the inside of it. There's your problem, eh?
Oh, this is
yeah, that's not helping anything. Did you put a rock in there?
I think so.
In 1994? 2 years before you existed? Huh. Well, I guess we know which one the issue was then.
Oh. Yeah. Metal pieces. What's in the middle?
Looks like King Tractor's running this.
Can't see much.
Ooh, there's a good gouge. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, look at that. Something big and unruly got in there at some point. You can see that or not. Big gouge.
Cylinder on the wreck in Brandon.
Think she's toast, that one. Well, I'm out here on the quad, out behind the yard here in this 40-acre piece, and this is the canola out here. And like some of this, you remember I said we had a pretty good frost there, of course, at a stupid part of the fucking year. And I was just seeing how much of a shit kicking this took. I mean, most of it wasn't up yet, but there was definitely some up. And you can see looking here, it's pretty thin. Like there's a plant, and there's a plant, and there's not much, and some more plants. There's just spots like that, and then you look over here and they're everywhere, because there's spots where they come up. They weren't quite as deep. They're a little shallower just because of how shallow you sow canola. It's very hard to make a very even job with those older solid shank machines like that. They're always a little bit, some in different places than others, but other than that, everything looks real good. There's just these odd little spots, like that's like a 10-foot circle there that's thin, and then you come right over here and nice big, this real big guy here. Little wee bit of bug damage, but nothing at all to be concerned about, so things overall are looking pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna keep kind of poking around here like this, and we'll see what else we can see. Well, it's just the usual farming fun here of one thing after another. But went and drove around and looked at some more of the canola here by the creek. I mean, I've left it for a while because it's pretty hard to tell right away what's going to be there and what isn't. And I've got about 6 acres along the big road. The first 3 headlands at the air seeder. And I mean, there's a few canolas, but there's virtually nothing. And you can see some of them are froze and some just aren't there. So I don't know if there's cutworms that got in there, or the frost. I'm thinking it's the frost, because I mean, like, you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but yeah, well, it's kind of blurry, but you can see the rows of canola, and it's all there. And then all of a sudden you'll come to the side of a hill or those passes by the road, there'll be rows, and all of a sudden it'll just pitter out to nothing. And there's not a damn thing growing. So, the decision I've come to, instead of just leaving a big bare empty nothingness there, land doing nothing that I've fertilized and put all that money into, I'm gonna go to an organic neighbor, one of the only people around here that still grows oats, and I'm gonna go get 20 bushels of oats, and I'm gonna seed those 6 acres there to oats, and we'll cut her for green feed sometime in the fall here when it's ready to be cut. It's not the ideal situation, but it's better than doing nothing with that land, because I mean, that'll be 6 acres of unproductive land that does nothing for me. So at least if a guy's got a dash of oats on there, and you cut and bale that, green feed is worth a lot, and it's going to be worth a lot this year because it's dry and the hay isn't going to amount to anything, next to nothing. So they're already selling those green feed bales for $100 a piece for 1,500 pound bales. So if a guy got a couple 3 bales an acre off 10 acres, well, that definitely helps to offset the cost of the loss, anyways, or what you want to call it, the inputs from the canola and what was lost with it not growing. So I'm going to run over there and pick up some oats, and we'll talk to you here in a little bit. Well, I've got my oats, and this video didn't really go the way I thought it was going to go when I started making it at the beginning, but such is life. That's why I never really make plans, because they always seem to get screwed up on a guy. So whatever, I ain't gonna worry about it too much here, about having to reseed some of this canola. I already had a sneaking suspicion I was gonna have to do some. I'm just really happy all it is this 5 or 6 acres. Like, there's gonna be a few thin spots obviously, but could have been worse. It could have been all of our canola, all 600 acres of it might have had to have been resown, and that would have been a disaster then. So I'll take her with a grain of salt. It's kind of shitty that that canola, that happened to it. There's nothing I could have done one way or another differently. I sowed it when I always sow it. I wasn't early, I wasn't late. It was when you do it. There was good moisture, everything was set properly, because I mean, everywhere else there's good canola on all the rest of the land. And then I mean, there's always a sale for green feed, and like I said, at $100 a bale, it's not going to be very hard to make a few bucks out of it. So I guess it's already fertilized. A guy may as well take advantage of that and sow this on it, and sell the green feed, and it'll be what it'll be. I mean, I've wanted to do a test here for a little while to see if putting a bit of quarter of green feed or whatever in there, a few acres, would be a viable money-making option on these years here where hay is so damn scarce. But I guess this will be my test here on 6 to maybe 10 acres, because I might go around after if I got enough. I got 20 bushels at 2 bushels an acre. We'll have enough to do 10. So there's going to be 5, 6, 7 acres there-ish on those 3 headland strips. So I guess we'll go from there and find out what's what. So anyway, I'm still a little bit half flustered, so some of my ramblings might not make clear sense, but there'll be another video tomorrow anyways of seeding this shit, and I'll be a little less flustered. And if anyone's got any questions tonight about anything, I'll answer them for you, and hopefully we can get back to the Haybine. So anyway, I guess thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. We'll talk to all you guys in the next one.